Hey guys, one of the questions, the most frequently asked questions that I get as a realtor is, what is the market like? What's happening on the market? And that is exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what is happening in the Southwest Florida real estate market as at December 2023. I can tell you guys, things have changed tremendously, and I'm going to give you all the details right now. Now, here we have on the screen Lehigh Acres. And in this report, I'll be covering all property types. So I'll be covering single family as well as those and all other property types, residential property. Okay, so for Lehigh Acres, there were 208 closed sales in December, and that is a 12% increase from December 2022. So the number of sales has gone up. The median sale price has also gone up by 12%. So the median sale price for a home in December in Lehigh Acres was $346,250. So prices are still rising in Lehigh Acres. Now let's talk a little bit about what is actually on the market. So on the market in December, there were 1,034 homes available for sale, and this is a 33% increase from last year. That means that buyers have much more options, many more options to choose from, and there's not going to be as much competition. The competition in Lehigh is not as high as it was a year ago. When it comes onto the dollar volume, meaning when you combine, you add up all the homes that were sold and you give it a value, it was $70.3 million worth of homes that was sold in December last year, and that's a 22% increase from the year before. So sales are happening in Lehigh, guys. Sales are still happening. When we talk about new listings, these are new properties that went onto the market in December. It was 249 new listings, and that was 27% increase from a year ago. So lots more new homes are coming on the market for sale, which is a good thing for buyers. It means that there is more inventory, you have more choices. For sellers, it's not such a good thing because it means there is more competition. Now, the interesting figure we want to look at for Lehigh Acres is the month's supply of inventory. We see that it is, as of December, it was 4.6 months. Now, this is a very this is a very key number because it tells us whether this is a buyer's market or a seller's market. Now, typically, if you have 6 months worth of inventory, it's a balanced market. Once it's under 6 months, it is a seller's market. But the closer you get to 6 months worth of inventory, the closer it gets to a buyer's market. So 4.6 months means it's still a seller's market, but it is inching very close, just over a month's supply worth to get to a buyer's market. So that is what is happening in Lehigh Acres. Now let's go over, we're going to look at Cape Coral, the city of Cape Coral, that is, right? And see what is happening. And we're looking at all property types as well, just as for Lehigh Acres. Now for Cape Coral, it is very interesting what is happening. And here we see for Cape Coral that sales have also increased. Sales went up 12%, just like it did for Lehigh. And 432 homes sold, meaning the transaction was closed, wrapped up in December, 432. The sale price, though, came down 2% from a year ago. So the median sale price now in Cape Coral is about $384,000. That is down 2% from a year ago. So we see prices coming down a little bit in Cape Coral, which is good news for buyers. Very good news for buyers. When it comes on to the active inventory, 3,017 homes were on the market available for sale in December of 2023, and that's an 83% increase from a year ago. Very, very, very good news for buyers. It means there are many, many more homes to choose from. You're going to have more bargaining power and more say when it comes on to what price you pay for homes. For sellers, the opposite is true. There's going to be much more competition because when we look at the new listings here, we see that it has increased by 19% from 1 year ago. So there were 587 new listings in December. More listings are coming on the market in Cape Coral. And the dollar volume also went up by just under 10%. And this number, the key metric that we want to look at here is the month supply of inventory. And now we see that in Cape Coral, we have actually 6.4 months worth of inventory. It means that there are more than 6 months supply of homes available for sale, which means it is officially a buyer's market in Cape Coral. So buyers, you are going to have that advantage in Cape Coral. It is actually a good time to buy if you can afford it. It is a good time to buy because there is so much supply on the market that sellers are more willing to give concessions and willing to negotiate on price. All right. So that's for Cape Coral. And now we're going to go over to the city of Fort Myers. Now remember, Fort Myers has, there's a city and then there's a part of Fort Myers that is unincorporated, which is North Fort Myers. We're not including North Fort Myers in this particular video. We are just looking at Fort Myers as the city, the city part of Fort Myers. Okay, so in Fort Myers, interestingly, closed sales have actually fallen by 6.2%. So fewer sales in Fort Myers last year, December, than the year before. The median sale price has gone up a little bit also, 4.1% increase from a year ago. So the median sale price for a home in Fort Myers is $380,000. Now, bear in mind that Fort Myers has a lot of condos, and so this figure here is going to be affected by that. And let's look at the active inventory. Now, it has gone up by 99%. 99% over a year ago, which is almost double, which is actually brilliant. 670 homes were on the market. That is a very, very, very good news for buyers. Not so good news for sellers. Here we see new listings are up by 25% as well. When it comes on to the month supply of inventory, now Fort Myers is not quite at the 6 months mark, but it is right there at 5.4 months, and it is fast becoming also a buyer's market in Fort Myers. So that is what is happening in Fort Myers. And finally, let's jump over to Naples, and we're looking at the city of Naples. Let's see what's happening over there. So very, very interesting time here in Southwest Florida. The market is actually changing, and buyers, if you can afford to buy, now is actually a good time to purchase. All right, so Naples. Now, closed sales in Naples have actually fallen dramatically by 32%. So the number of closed sales in December was only 60. That's a 32% drop from a year ago. So really see a significant drop in closed sales in Naples. The median sale price is just over 1.8 million, which is a 5.6% increase from a year ago. So prices are still going up in Naples. Inventory is up, way up also, 59% increase over a year ago. So there were about 724 homes on the market available for sale in December of last year. So the dollar volume has fallen by 26%, which, corresponds with the closed sales being down 32%. So the dollar volume is also down 26%. New listings, these are new properties that came on the market in December, went up by, just 2.9%. So not much of an increase, but still going upwards. Now look at the month supply of inventory. There are 10 months supply of inventory in Naples. Now this is definitely a buyer's market. So in Naples, it is a buyer's market. The buyers have the edge. The buyers have the advantage. And if you're thinking of buying in Naples, now is actually a good time because there are so many homes on the market that sellers are willing, they are more willing to, drop their price or to give concessions or to give incentives for buyers to buy. So, guys, that is what is happening in Southwest Florida. We see that the market is indeed changing. It is indeed changing. Naples is now officially a buyer's market, and also Cape Coral is also a buyer's market. Fort Myers is close to a buyer's market, and Lehigh Acres is still a seller's market, albeit a very weak seller's market. So that is what is happening in Southwest Florida, guys. If you want more details, you want the specifics, you want to know, you want more personal, detailed information, please feel free to reach out to me. My number is in the description box below. And this is Keesha Metcalfe. And I'll be signing out for this week and talk to you guys soon. Take care.